That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now?
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Dun, 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 dun. Rocket.
I don't know the name of the song, but I know that rhythm.
Rocket. Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock, yes, that was my favorite of the 80s. All right. Well, you know what? Before we get into that, I thought he did the Axel Foley soundtrack and he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He did know that. I've been lied to my whole life. Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nurse. You believe me, host Leroy, aka Get Away From Her, You Bitch, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Xenodork.
There you go.
Hey, I'm on screen. Let me get into character real quick.
Oh, we can't see the
There we go.
Yeah, and we were back with another episode. We're gonna jump into it. Oh, we got to give a shout out to the lovely AI.
The Doom bots.
Exactly. Doom. All right. So yeah, we're gonna jump into another episode. Like I said, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna jump into it, but before we get into it, we're gonna do Eli's favorite part of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's right, Eli. You already know what we're gonna do with it. Box office numbers. Come on with it. So give it to me. Like I said, it's been an interesting summer. It's been a shit year for movies all year, and now it's been an interesting summer. So I want you to give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
Is it Alien?
I'll give you a hint.
I don't
It's
even
a Disney
know.
movie.
Then it's Alien.
It's Alien. For those who don't know, yes, Alien is a Disney movie. So yes, it's the first week that Deadpool was taken down. So it beat it, or I think this ends with you beat it last week. I think, I don't know. Blake Lively movie. Oh, Eli, I don't know if you know this. We hate Blake Lively now. She's canceled.
Do we?
Yeah, she's canceled.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Or
well.
some shit. I don't know. I didn't really pay
Oh,
attention to it. Yeah. So bad, so sad. Now, that being said, now that Deadpool is starting to trend down, people have seen Deadpool, so now you quit fucking whining about spoilers because if you didn't see the movie now, that's your fault, you know. But we do want to do a trend because we got to talk about Deadpool because Deadpool is in the analytics and the algorithm. So Deadpool broke a record this week. It became the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Of all time, no shit.
Of all time, yes. It beat the Joker.
Damn.
Now, last week, domestically, I think, no. It still beat the Joker. Joker was still domestic. But second on that list was Passion of the Christ. Now, I do want to say this because a lot of people didn't get the I'm Marvel Jesus joke and people were getting offended and, blasphemous like that, which it is. But the reason he was saying that, it was even back in Deadpool 2 when he said, I'm the biggest thing since Jesus. The reason he was saying that because he was the second, Deadpool 2 was the second highest grossing R-rated movie behind Passion of the Christ. But now since he beat Passion of the Christ, next Marvel Jesus. That's where that joke comes from. For people who didn't get the joke. So yeah.
He should have said Jesus then. That would have.
He said, or Moses or something like that. I don't know. Piss people off. So yeah. Now that being said, we're going to move on to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, no preliminaries, no shenanigans, no malarkey. We're just going to just jump into it because now here's the thing. Normally when you jump in this podcast, people have been following this podcast a long time. They know the rhythm. They know the format. When anytime a silly, stupid comic book movie come out or a dumb Zack Snyder sci-fi movie comes out, that's my wheelhouse. That's what I jump into. However, when horror, slasher, that comes out, that is Eli's wheelhouse. I step back. I defer to the master of horror. Hold on.
Did a horror movie come out?
Oh, okay. You bearing the lead, Eli. Scout.
Hi, Scott.
Scout. Scout.
Oh, well, hello. Welcome.
Yeah, I am Scout. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, we're going to talk about Alien. And like I said, Eli, I have not even seen, even though I sent you the trailer for this when it first came out, I didn't watch it. So I have no idea what the movie's about.
Were you
Who's
too
in
scared
it.
to watch it?
Yes, I was shivering. I was like, no, Lawrence Marsh might be in it. I ain't want to see that shit. So, yeah. So I was just get refer to you. You watch it. Matter of fact, what you say to me tonight will be the first thing I've heard of anything about this movie.
Okay.
So I'm going to hand you the floor.
Okay. Well, You know what? I didn't hate this movie.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Except the end. I hated the end.
Shout out to Cliff. Cliff just gave us a like. That was him with the like. So yeah.
All right. What up, Cliff? Cliff in the house. I think I've just realized something. Now, like I told you, me, Fat T, Izzy, the old school geek Sabs, we saw it together today, and we've been bitching about it all day. We should have recorded an episode.
You should have told me, Eli. You should have told me. I would have just set the fuck back, went in producer mode, and let y'all just tear each other apart.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all. So I'm all bitched out about
it. Would have been the last Jedi all over again.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, where to start? This movie started out well, and then kind of shit the bed at the end. I was really into the premise of the story. I was really into the characters, the plot. This whole the Wayland, it kind of fleshed out Weyland-Yutani a little more, the corporation, this whole thing about exploiting workers and stuff. Interesting stuff. The characters, the main character and her, spoilers, android friend that she considered a brother. Her brother was an android.
Okay, but she knew that the whole time?
Yeah, she knew it. Okay. Yeah, and I like that dynamic. And I knew at some point we could see, okay, the android's got reprogrammed and he's gonna start becoming an asshole. And that was a great dynamic. And that was a very interesting. And I gotta say, that actor who played the android, I don't know who the fuck he is, he nailed it. Yeah.
Well, like I said, Eli, whoever the guy is, this is the #1 movie of the week, and he killed it in this role. You're gonna see the guy again, whoever the fuck he is.
He did great. I don't think I've seen him before.
You will. Great. That's what I'm saying. You will. Hollywood's gonna start throwing roles at him.
Yeah, he did great because he started out being like kind of this naive. He was kind of flawed. He was, his program wasn't updated, and then he got a reboot, and oh shit, now he works for the company. So he like made a 180-degree turn. And that was really cool. That was a very interesting aspect of the movie. There were some great moments in this movie. Particularly this Dead Space scene. I don't know if you played the game Dead Space.
Too scared. I know what you're talking about.
But there's an anti-gravity level, which really pissed me off, where the gravity gets turned off and you're kind of floating around, and it's a real pain in the ass. But anyways, there's a scene in the movie that's like that, which I thought was great. There was they introduced a new aspect of the alien life cycle, where like another stage, we go from face hugger to chest burster. And then, most of these movies, we just see it turn into like a full-grown alien. Well, in between the chest burster and the full-grown, there's another stage where the alien goes into another cocoon that I found very interesting. I'm like, okay. That's interesting. I'd like to see more of that. Excuse me. Sorry, still getting over this damn cold. Let me drink some water. It had its moments. There, like I said, I like the premise. These workers stuck on this sort of, forced to work this like mining colony for Weyland-Yutani. They're trying to escape. They find an old derelict space station with a bunch of equipment. They're going to scavenge it and basically make off this rock. So that's pretty much the premise. And then, of course, the space station turns out to be an alien laboratory with alien specimens, blah, 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 blah. They escape. All hell breaks loose. Simple premise, And like I said, it was going fine until the end, where it it just went into Prometheus territory, and I hated Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that movie sucked.
I've never seen it because you told me not to see it.
Well, it sucks. The movie sucks.
Okay.
I don't give a shit. And everybody who keeps putting Prometheus on their alien movie rankings list, stop, because it's not a fucking alien movie. Prometheus is not an alien movie. I don't give a shit what you say. There's no alien, there's no xenomorphs, there's no face huggers. Ripley's not in it. There's nothing in this movie. Yeah, Prometheus is not an alien movie. The xenomorph that does show up looks like a fucking Muppet. All the creatures suck. Fuck Prometheus. Yeah. It's horseshit. It doesn't follow any of the formulas. It's basically Ridley Scott, pouting his new age creationism, watching too many episodes of Ancient Aliens. Basically, Prometheus says that humans were created by giant white people. Fuck that shit. Movie sucks. So
Eli's review of Prometheus, 2 middle fingers
yeah,
up.
Fuck that movie. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. Fuck that shit. So yeah, and that's what happens in this movie. The ending goes into Prometheus territory, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. Because the ending, and I'm spoiling it, like there's like this alien human hybrid that is the whole ending of the movie. Like the last act of the movie is them being chased by this alien human hybrid that looks like the alien from Alien Resurrection, that hybrid. I don't know if you remember Resurrection, the alien human hybrid, and crossed with an engineer, the giant white dude from, Prometheus, the space jockeys. It looks like that, but it's like really dumb looking. It's really skinny, and it looks like a big giant Jack Skellington, really lame looking. And that's what she fights at the end. And I was just like, man, this could have been cool. This was going cool until this happened. And that's where I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. And it was just a lot of fan service. Like there was tons of Easter eggs that started to get redundant after a while. Because let
me ask this, man, because like I said, we know Hollywood doesn't have an original idea in their body. So that being said, what alien movie did this alien movie remind you most of?
It's a mashup of all of them. Okay. There's like scenes that they just redo in this movie. Like, okay, there's a scene, there's the running scene from Alien 3. There's a scene from the first Alien. There's a scene from Aliens. There's like a shot for shot of her with the gun that looks just like Ripley in Aliens. It's like beat for beat, a lot of the same scenes. The ending,
like this scene,
that's from Alien 3. Yeah,
that's from
Alien.
That's not from. That's from Alien 3, right? Okay. For some reason, my mind is thinking that every one of them did that, but no, you're right. Alien 3 did that.
Yeah, Alien 3 with the close up of Ripley and the alien. The ending was basically beat for beat the ending of the original Alien movie. She gets down into her skimpy drawers, jumps into the space chute, gets the tow cable, jettisons this creature out of the airlock. It's the same scene, and that got redundant after a while. The chest burster scene, the scene I was waiting for, the chest burster, I was waiting for that. When that started happening, okay, here we go. I'm all hyped. Here we go. And I gotta say, I'm not here to pay tribute to the original Alien franchise. We all know what classics they are. I'm not going to go into, I'm not going to suck those movies' dicks. I've done it all my life. I love those movies, all that shit, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not here to do that. I'm not going to be that guy that just, goes on and on about what classics the original Alien series are. But the first Alien movie, that chestburster scene, saw it as a kid, fucked me up. That scene traumatized an entire generation.
So that was your large Marge.
Right? Yes. That scene fucked me up. So here we are. I'm like, okay, it's 2024. Okay, Zoomers, impress me. And they failed to do so. It was very lackluster, minimal gore. And I don't know what everyone's talking about. I keep seeing those reviews that, oh, this movie is so gory. It's not. There's not that much gore in it, So yeah, the chest burster scene in this one, very lackluster. And the way it was shot, and this is my other gripe, it was like dark and the flashes, the strobes, and then the constant cutaways and, like the ship was crashing. There was all these distractions. Like, can I just see this happen? But no, it was like all this distraction going on. It was hard to see. It was hard to look at. And that's another gripe of the movie is like, this was very dark. It was so
Even
dark.
The screen caps I tried to get, which are official from 20th Century Fox, if there's anything for it, you can't see anything with this.
Yeah, you see exactly what's going on. It's constantly dark. There's constantly lights flashing and strobes. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
And that was annoying. That got annoying after a while, So that was the biggest gripe too. So yeah, like I said, I was into it until the end. Like I said, the formula was fine. This movie does stick to the formula, the Alien formula, and that's, I keep saying that with these franchises or horror franchises. If you stick to the formula, fans will be fine. You venture outside of it, they're not going to like it, the first Alien movie is a slasher in space. It's a bunch of people stuck in one location getting killed by a monster. Of course, the monster turned out to be an awesome design and, cool sci-fi shit. It was groundbreaking back in the 79, but yeah, it was the simple slasher premise. People stuck in one location getting killed off one by one by this killer monster. You go to Aliens, second movie, same premise. A bunch of people get stuck, same location, get killed off by the monster, bunch of monsters this time. And there were Marines, and it stuck to the formula, but still introduced new ideas without over explaining things. It introduced us to the Queen.
And it changed the tone. Like I said,
Yeah.
Aliens was a slasher. Aliens was more action.
Yeah, it was an action movie. Yeah, it was an action. It did its own thing. Then you go to Alien 3. Not as good as the first two.
But they chopped it up in the editing room.
It's been meddled. You can tell the studio's meddled with it, and it's a damn shame what they did to Newton Hicks and killing off Ripley and this whole idea of the religious commentary in that movie of Ripley being the savior of humanity, blah, 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 all that bullshit, whatever. But it still stuck to the formula. A bunch of people stuck in one location getting killed off by the monster, Then you go to Resurrection. Very cheesy and weird movie. What I like about
Resurrection.
Written by Joss Whedon, yes. But what I like about Resurrection is it does derive a lot of things from the comic books as far as the cloning and what the company was doing and all that shit, But it's a very weird movie. But it's different, But again, same premise. Bunch of people stuck in one location.
Eli,
getting killed off.
I got a soft spot for Resurrection. I just do. I don't know why I like the movie. It hits the spot that is in my, because it's so fucking wacky. That's why. I guess that's why I like it.
And that's what I'm saying. As long as you stick to the formula, we're fine. Is it as good as the originals? No, but it's still fine because it's what you're giving the fans what they want to see. It's like Friday the 13th movies. They're all the same. They're all Jason killing people because that's what we want. We don't need a TV show about his mom when she was young, like they're doing. We don't need to know why Michael Myers is evil. We just want to see him murk motherfuckers. That's all we want,
Right.
You don't have to explain shit. And that's why Prometheus sucks, because that's Prometheus tried to explain everything. And it derived from the formula. There was nothing recognizable about the franchise in Prometheus, except for maybe that spaceship. Like that's why Prometheus sucks. It didn't stick to the formula. And same thing with Covenant. Covenant tried to, but he still got caught up. Ridley Scott still got caught up trying to explain, his, creation story, and then shoehorned a xenomorph at the end, and that's why that movie sucks. Of course, Aliens and Predator movies, they're cheesy as fuck.
Right.
They're just they're stupid. They suck. And, unpopular opinion, I thought Requiem was the better of the two. Not saying it's good. I'm just saying Requiem at least embraces its cheese. It knows it's a it's cheesy and campy and it embraces it. The movie still sucks, but hey, let's have an alien predator hybrid. That's a straight up slasher movie. Kids getting killed. It's stupid. It's cheesy, but it knows it is. Yeah. So, but back to Romulus. This has that formula of just a small group of people stuck on the space station, getting picked off one by one. And it was very fast paced. It's like under 2 hours. We're in and out. It's just like I said.
Who directed it?
Fede Alvarez. He did Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead remake. He's got a solid record as far as horror goes. It's just I think he got caught up with the fan service. Because like I said, there was so much fan service that it started to get in the way after a while. And get away from her, you bitch. They said that line.
Really? Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
Very badly. The way it was delivered sucked. It was like such a groaner. Cringe. I hate that word, cringe. Mm-hmm. I hate saying that, but it was fucking cringeworthy because he said it. The way he delivered it, he was like, "Get away from her, bitch." Like he was unsure about himself when he delivered that line.
Using it like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but using it like that is completely taken out of context. I was using Aliens because we didn't do a commentary on the movie, did we?
It was the what was that? The Geek-terion collection or whatever we did.
I remember we did like a deep dive in Aliens. You're right, we did do it. When we did like basically Ripley and the Alien Queen were like two halves of the same coin.
Yes.
She was trying to protect her people, the alien trying to protect her people. So when they met up, that's why she said, "Get away from me, you bitch," because it's almost like they're two sides of the same coin.
Yes,
they're just throwing this shit in there. So
Ripley. There was Ripley said it with conviction. She meant it. It was, it had.
That's why the line sticks. That's why the line. Yeah, right.
The context of the movie, it works, and it works for her character because Aliens, the second Aliens movie, is about motherhood. Yeah, that's right, kids. I know you kids who never seen alien movies before just saw, aliens is just men with guns running around shooting. No, it's about motherhood. Ripley lost her daughter. She found an adoptive daughter with Newt. She was trying to protect her young, just like the Alien Queen, trying to protect her young. That movie is about motherhood, you dumbasses. Go watch TikTok and YouTube. Because you don't get it, Or
us, watch us. I mean,
yes, we'll tell you how to think. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Ripley delivering that line is classic, and the way it was delivered in this movie was so cringe as fuck. And I was just rolled my like, oh god, they like, yeah, and now So then you get to the shitty Prometheus ending with shitty Jack Skeleton alien running around, and that's it ended, and I don't know. Well, me and Izzy walked out. We walked out of theater. We both looked at each other and just like shrugged, and then we just both started laughing. Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah. It's like, damn. Did you like it? Like, I don't know. Well, the soda was good. So, yeah, it was kind of disappointing. And that's where I realized. I realized I'm just too old school, man.
Because the thing is, Eli, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of people online. Some people were saying it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Best movie since the first one. Not the second one, the first one. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I had no dog in this fight whatsoever. I'm just saying the chat I'm hearing. And then when you came with your opinion and I saw your line, like, okay, that's different. I want to hear what he got to say about that. But I do feel like your opinion is different. It's the number one movie in America. It took down Deadpool. So people are digging the movie. But like I said, everybody has an opinion. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm too old school for this. Yeah. I'm such a G. It's pathetic.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, it's like and I can understand, like, kids who grew up in the 90s, they're in their 30s now. They didn't grow up with this shit like I did. So yeah, if you're a kid who never watched the Alien movie before and this is the first one you see, yeah, you might dig it. You know what I mean? I can understand why kids who never watched the first Alien movie, a movie from the 70s, would like Aliens versus Predator. I get it, but me, I've seen it before. That's the thing. Watching this movie, like, I've seen this all before. Yeah. Done so better and better movies.
Giving you what you've already seen. Because, like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a bunch of remakes and rehashes and revamps, and it pretty much had the same formula because that's what Hollywood does.
Yeah.
Do the exact same thing. Take scenes, take quotes, do all this stuff like that. Have people that kind of look like the people that was in the old movie, because they try to recreate that magic, but it's all a group tank, a formula, or an algorithm, telling you do this, because they just feed the shit in there. And like I said, they did the same thing with Terminator. Like I said, I don't follow Alien like that, but everything you saying is something like the shit they did with Terminator.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the same. Yeah, the first two are cool, and the rest are just
right.
And that's how this franchise is. The first two are cool, the rest suck. Well, the quadrilogy, the quadrilogy, the Alien quadrilogy, the ones with Ripley in it. Those are the first two are cool. The second one, the last two are just fine. They're fine. They're totally serviceable. They're not as good as the first ones, but they're totally serviceable. But like I said, they stick to the formula. I'll give it to Ridley Scott for trying something different, trying to say something, trying to, preach to us that, the human race was created by giant white folks and all that ancient alien shit, which I cannot stand. I hate that shit. I hate, just because indigenous people all over the world knew the earth was round thousands of years before Europeans does not mean they were from space. I can't stand that shit. It's just indigenous knowledge and science. It's the erasure of indigenous science and knowledge. All this flat earth shit, bullshit. It's a colonial idea, that erases indigenous knowledge. They were just smarter than you, and you couldn't fucking take it. So let's pretend all these people who built these pyramids, they were from Mars. The Aztecs were from Mars.
Aliens, right?
Yeah, the Druids were from Mars. Fuck that shit. They were just smarter than your dumb ass. That's all. Okay, I'm not gonna go down too much. I'll stop. But yeah, I mean, but like I said, Ridley Scott tried to do something different. It was just too damn different. Prometheus is the Halloween 3 of the Alien franchise. It's the season of the witch of the Aliens franchise.
Not high praise, but okay.
Yeah, nothing recognizable about the Alien franchise is in Prometheus. It's just a left turn into new age, hippie dippy bullshit. So yeah, but at least he tried something different. You know what I mean? So I'll give him that. But yeah, I still don't like those movies. And this one, like I said, in the end, it was just kind of It was kind of a letdown. It was going fine until it wasn't. Because it started out solid. Like I said, I was into it for like the first hour before it just started collapsing into too much fandom, too much callbacks, too much. There's a fine line between ripping off and homage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where I'm like, okay, you're just, I get what you're trying to do, but do your own thing. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. That's what it felt like. And I just started to grow.
Did you feel like there was any lore building in this movie? I'm pretty sure you already said that, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, like a little bit. Like I said, like there's interesting ideas, especially about that second the second stage or another stage in the alien's life cycle where it built itself another cocoon. I thought, okay, that's interesting. And of course the Ash robot. So Ash, that was another thing. They CGI'd Ian Holm, the original actor from the first Alien movie. He was the android from the first Alien movie. He's in this, a CGI version. He's in this,
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't know how to feel about that. I'm like, oh, there's Ash. Okay, sure. And he started saying the same lines. Like he said, yes, the same lines, the same dialogue as the other movies. It's like, yeah, I've seen this before, you know. And that's what I felt like. I've seen this before. I've seen this done better in other better movies, you know. So the steam was just sort of let out towards the end. And then when that stupid alien Prometheus hybrid came at the end, I was just like, man, fuck this. You were going good, because there was a moment where like, okay, here comes the hive of the whole horde of aliens coming. Let's do this. If you give me a dope ass action scene to fucking end this movie, I'm good. And it started to, but then no, let's stop and bring in this big giant scarecrow looking thing that doesn't resemble a xenomorph at all. And let's end the movie with this. And I was just like, oh, you know.
Wow. So was there sequel bait at the end?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, there was sequel bait, and it sets up an ending where, you know, like I said, like it's beat for beat the ending of the first Alien movie. You know, where she's getting in her drawers, she's getting ready to go to sleep, get into the cryo chamber, and then all of a sudden the big giant Jack Skeleton monster comes attacking, and she's got a whole action scene with that. She jumps into the spacesuit, just like Ripley did in the original movie. She's got the tow cable. She, you know, hooks herself into place and then opens up the airlock and sends the alien out into space, you know. And and then ends the movie, and then this is so-and-so, last survivor of the whatever ship. Same lines as the original movie. Signing off. And then the movie ends, just like the freaking the first movie, you know. So, yeah, and yeah, then the movie ended. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that was a thing. It, like I said, it shit its pants at the end. Like, this was going good. You had a cool concept, you had a cool, you know, plot, a cool idea going. This could have been just a simple slasher again. Instead, you started just dragging all this shit from all these other movies into this one, when you could have just, you know, just let them loose and let the aliens loose. Because yeah, the face huggers, when they first discover they're in like a laboratory and all the face huggers, you know, get loose and they're all being chased. That was cool. I'm like, oh shit. And like how long that phallic symbol that comes out of the face huggers. like holy shit. I didn't, you know, so yeah, there's like, you know, that sort of essay undertones. It's all there, you know, which was in the first movie. So yeah. It's H.I. Giger. Yeah. His artwork. That's his artwork. That biomechanical, you know, art that he did. You know, that was totally the, you know, those undertones was in his art. That the body was just this machine. That you know, sex was just a factory of reproduction. You know what I mean? It was just a machine. Like the body's a factory. You know, that's kind of the statement he was making with his artwork, you know, which is why, you know, the alien head was so phallic, you know, the face hugger, there's all these phallic symbols, you know, and then the hives, they look like wombs, you know what I mean? That's all in his art, you know? So that's my thing. You know, I keep hating the shit on Prometheus. No, I don't hate shitting on Prometheus because it sucks, you know, because they said, hey, the original Alien movie, you know what would be cool? We'll use H.I. Giger's art for the concept for the aliens. That would be cool. And then we get to Prometheus. You know what would be cool? If we don't use H.R. Giger's art. And that's why that movie sucks. You know. So yeah. Like I said, it had its moments. Like I like the setup, I like the plot, I like the characters, especially the main character and the android. I like that dynamic. I like the setup. It just started fucking ripping all the other movies off. You know, there was a couple of cool sequences that I was into. Like I said, that anti-gravity scene, you know, the dead space scene where they're floating and they're shooting the aliens, and then they gotta dodge. They're trying to dodge all the acid that's in the air. You know,
okay.
Because yeah, you shoot the aliens, there's all the acid blood. So they're like trying to dodge, they're like floating in the air, there's all this acid floating. That was a cool scene. That was worth it. And that's why I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. because
3 out of 5.
that
Okay.
scene alone was worth it. You know.
Okay.
So
Well,
like
I mean,
said,
where you were going, it's not going to be worse than that, but okay.
Yeah, like I said, the ending gets a fuck you out of 5. But like I said, you know, that was like the last 10 minutes of the movie. You know, the first hour was pretty, it was, you know, tense setup. You know, the sets were great, the effects were great. You know, the tension, the atmosphere. You know, space act the way he's like Fede Alvarez. He's a good director. He made space look creepy and scary and claustrophobic. You got that sense of that you know, that tension, you know. So that was all cool. Like it looked great, except for all the dark shots and the flashing lights that, you know, that was annoying. But, you know, other than that, like I said, the sets were good. You know, the practical effects were cool. You know, that's all good. It's just, you know, too much fan service, too much homages or ripping off, whatever you want to call it. You know,
it's a fine line. So
yeah. So that's like I don't totally hate it, but you know, I wish it could have been better. But like I'm saying, I'm just at a point where like these movies can't impress me no more. You know, maybe I'm chasing that dragon because like I'm saying, those the first 2 movies blew my mind.
Right.
You know, and maybe these movies can't do that to me anymore. That's what I'm searching. I'm waiting for these movies to blow my mind again. And I'm just, you know, I'm just too jaded or I just seen it before. I've seen it all before. So,
yeah. Especially just doing rehashes. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just rehashing and yeah. So, yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was just okay. You know, could have been better. And it's a nice 3 out of 5.
Nice.
You know, I'm being generous with that 3 out of 5. You know.
Okay. Now, to be fair, you're the first review. I haven't heard anybody else review. No professional, none of my friends, nothing. Just it's the first time I've heard anything about this movie. So appreciate that.
Well, like I'm saying, like if you're young and you didn't grow up in these movies and this is the first one you saw, you probably would be impressed. Mm-hmm. You know, you're probably not going to get all the Easter eggs or all the fan service or all the callbacks and shit. You're probably not going to get that. So it'll be fresh to you. But like I said, I've seen it all before, so it didn't impress me, you know? So, yeah.
Well, maybe they'll press you for the sequel and the trilogy after that, because you know what's coming. So.
Yeah. The next Alien, which it's a bunch of giant scarecrow Jack Skeleton aliens now.
Right.
Yeah. Let's not have xenomorphs anymore. Yeah. So,
all right. So
3 out of 5.
Cool. All right. Oh, Eli, did you know that Furiosa is on HBO Max now?
I did know that.
Cool. All right. I don't know if you saw it, but you know. And The Fall Guy will be on Peacock next week.
Yeah, I'm waiting to watch that.
Okay.
You know what I watched? I watched that new Planet of the Apes. That's on Hulu.
Oh yeah, that is on Hulu. My subscription is canceled, so I'll watch it when I get a chance around to it. All right. So next thing we're gonna do, speaking of Disney, we're gonna talk about Beau Mayo. He's back in the news. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Beau Mayo because he's back in the news. He's going to war with Disney, and Disney is firing back. And like I said, he's been in Disney for a while. He's been tweeting about the X-Men stuff like that, and apparently it seemed like X-Men, like Disney or Marvel, didn't like him live tweeting or saying anything about the show. They said, "We fired you. We want you done." So now they've actually removed him from season 2 credits. They've already told him ahead of time, when season 2 comes out, even though you wrote the show, we're removing you from the credits. So that means that the show gets nominated for an Emmy, which I think he did get nominated for an Emmy. They're not giving him an invite. Like they don't want him anywhere near. Yeah, like whatever he did, nobody knows what he did. Now, Beau Mayo has finally came out and said something. Like I said, he said they fired him back in March. Whatever he did, they fired him back in March. But
like a week before the show came out.
When a week for the show, like right before the show came out, they fired him back in March. But in Gay Pride Month, because for those that don't know, Beau Mayo is gay, like really gay, you know. I should have thrown it in there, but anyway, he said that during Gay Pride Month, he posted a picture of himself just like Cyclops, like this. So this is what he posted. And he said, I think like either a week or 2 weeks after that, that's when Disney sent him the notification saying that we're removing you from the credits of that. Now, obviously, this is nothing. I mean, there's no way that Disney really got on for that. You know, I don't think so. But he's saying that's what they did. He may say he's going to come up with more information, but for now, he's going to take a social media hiatus because I guess he's saying the block aside or something like that. So when he comes back, he's coming back firing all cylinders. Now, there was some other stuff that he posted also that might have got him in trouble because he just reposted something about Disney. Like, Eli, I don't know if you heard this about a guy that was at Disneyland or Disney World and his wife died for something.
I vaguely heard something about that.
Yeah, something like that. So he tried to sue Disney for that. But it turns out he can't sue them. You know why he can't sue them? Because if you sign up for Disney Plus, you basically relinquish all your grievances to an arbitrator, which means you can't sue them. So if you sign up for Disney Plus, there's a contract or a clause in it saying you can't sue Disney for anything. And what's fucked up about it that all
even
he
if
did
you
was
cancel your subscription?
he signed up for a free trial.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's how fucked up that is. It's in it. They say if you read that shit, it's in there. So wow, I didn't know that, man. And Beau the Mayo, like he didn't comment on it, but he just reposted that. Maybe they got him in hot water. Maybe that's it. So like I said, he posted this stuff right here, and he's saying that's what got him like delisted. But Disney fired back later on saying like, no, that wasn't it. What we did a full investigation on it, and what we found was egregious. Now, whatever you want to say, this isn't egregious. So obviously he did something really fucked up for them to let him go. And they kind of sent him a message like, okay, shut the fuck up before we let people know what you really did. That's what it sounds like. They basically Disney sent a warning shot at him. Now, I hate to spread rumors. But some guy's been spreading rumors out there called the Inch Night or something like that, saying what he think Beau the Mayo may have done. He's saying Beau the Mayo, like when they were doing like the anime doing hero poses, he was sending out nude photos to the young animators. And if you scroll down, you'll see some more stuff. I didn't go this far, Eli. And I know you horny motherfuckers, when I look at the analytics of it, it's going to spike right at the spot right there. But anyway, what they saying is that he sent naked pictures to the male animator saying him, this is what a hero should look like if you need inspiration, you know. So basically he was sending dick pics to the animators. That's what he was doing. So, and people been saying like this, like, unless he did something like really, really fucked up, hire him back, because we all love the first season. He got an Emmy for it. It's got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's been well received. Numbers have been up. For the most part, people have loved the show. So like, unless he did something really, really fucked up, bring him back. If he sent dick pics to the animators, yeah, he got to go. That's just, I'm sorry. I don't care how good the show is. Your ass got to go after that shit, you know. Oh, man.
This is
like
what draw Wolverine like this.
Right.
Oh, is my dick showing? No, don't ignore the dick. But just
ignore the dick. Just gonna get everything. Yo. Like unsheath, you know, like, okay, so yeah, that is fuck if he did that shit. Eli, why is it the talented people are mentally fucked up? Why is that? They all doing some stupid shit. Just
artists, man. Like artists. I said, artists. They're out there, man. They are out there.
Like, just do normal shit, man. That's it. That's all. I don't know, man. So
everybody's got issues, man.
Everybody got issues. That's all I want to talk about. I won't move past that. Eli, I'm not going to talk about the lightsaber with the dude's ass. I'm gonna just move past. I think.
I wanted to know about that.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll talk about that. Okay. Let's. That's a bad segue. Anyway, to the video game section. I'm gonna just add this section in there. Okay, so for video game section, for those know, GameStop posted on their official Facebook page. I didn't think this shit was real. They posted on their official Facebook page a disclaimer about a mini lightsaber they're selling, because apparently when they sold it, there was a sign written on it saying for rectum use only. Yeah. So they had a disclaimer saying that if you're gonna use this for anything other than saving the rebellion from Galactic Empire, don't use it for that purpose. So it's a mini lightsaber, and they even got the name of the CEO in there. If you find anybody else using it for that, call the CEO. And it's too small, I can't read it. I'm not gonna worry about that. Now, Eli, since I've sent you that, this has been deleted from GameStop's Facebook page. Only reason I grabbed it because for some reason when Facebook said it saved it. I don't know why it saved it because everything else that you go with that shit is gone now. So here's what I think happened. Somebody's playing a practical joke. Duh, obviously. But what I think happened is that now we talked about a couple weeks ago how they laid off how Game Informer went out of business. Well, GameStop owned them. So what I'm thinking, and this just me throwing some bullshit out there, conspiracy theory is that somebody still was logged in there. Like they still had login credentials to the social media page, logged in there, did this shit about somebody sticking a lightsaber up their ass, tagged the CEO of GameStop just to fuck with them. That's what I think happened.
No.
So I don't know. That's just me.
GameStop should do like Disney. Like, hey, put a sign on their doors. By walking into GameSpot, we are not liable for any damage
to your asshole. So,
just by walking in here, you agree to never sue us for anything.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere if you read one of those contracts. You bought Game Informer or some bullshit. So
feel free to stick as many lightsabers up your ass, sideways or otherwise.
Right. We will not be.
We are not responsible for what happens.
We are not responsible for that. Oh man, that's all I got. Move on to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, it's comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books, and we're going to jump to it. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. See what we got.
Okay,
here.
It's a light week. What did I read?
It really was a light week, but that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Hellverine. I read Hellverine number 4.
Now I saw 4 of 4, so this is it.
This is the finale.
Okay.
So yeah. So Hellverine number 4. This is Benjamin Percy still writing his Wolverine Ghost Rider runs, killing it on both. So this has that one demon that had possessed Wolverine in the Ghost Rider run has now possessed Daken, his son, brought him back to life, so possessed him, and so then Daken went around killing, evil doers, that secret government agency, the Project Hellfire. They've been using Hellfire and resurrecting dead soldiers, turning them into like demon zombie soldiers. They send them out to go get Daken, and they team up with Wolverine to do so. But of course, some of these soldiers start going rogue and all that. Wolverine's got to fight them, and that's basically been the run. Well, in this one, in the finale here, excuse me, take another drink. This finale, Wolverine finally caught up with Daken and took the demon, got the demon to possess Wolverine, took it out of him. So the demon is back in Wolverine, but then Wolverine realizes that when it did possess Wolverine back in the Ghost Rider run, that it took on some of the attributes of Wolverine. Wolverine's desire, because it just wants to kill, but then Wolverine's human side started to influence it. So then when it possessed Daken, how do you say that?
We gotta wait for the movie. Yeah.
Daken, Thanos.
Right. Darkseid.
Dormammu. Domama.
Right.
So when it possessed Daken, that's why Daken was going around and basically being like a vigilante, killing like evil folks. So Wolverine decides, you know what? Daken can handle this. So he lets the demon go back into Daken because it'll save his life. Because if he doesn't, he's going to die. Right. So the demon goes back into Daken. They team up with the dead soldiers to go take out the general who's been in charge of this whole experiment, this whole time. And they go and fight him, kill him. It's all good. Wolverine basically says, one of the soldiers, one of the dead soldiers, saying, "Hey, someone should be in charge of this division, and I think it should be you." So the dead soldiers are like, "Yes, we'll do that. We'll be in charge, and we're not going to work for the devil anymore." So it's kind of like Spawn, like Al Simmons. Like, fuck you. I ain't going to be a soldier of hell. I'm going to do my own thing. That's what they basically decide to do.
Right.
We're not going to work for Mephisto. Fuck him. We're going to do our own thing, and we're going to use this power for good. And that's basically what Dawkins says to Wolverine at the end. I'm going to use this power for good. I'll meet you sometime later. He jumps on a fucking motorcycle and goes flaming down the road. It's like Ghost Rider. So possessed Ghost Rider. And that's where it ends. And it says, Hellverine will be back at some point. So that's the story.
Okay.
And it was fine. It was fun. 3 out of 5. It was fine. You know.
Guess we're gonna see how the numbers of the sales. But if the sales good, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
That's how it's over.
If not his own series, he'll be back in another Halloween.
He'll be in one of those X books. He'll be
yeah.
Now that he's a demon, I guess. X-Men's got demons in there, so
he'll team up with Magic.
Magic or some other shit.
Magic,
so,
or like you know.
They will find a way.
What's her face? What's her face?
I know you're talking about Goblin Queen.
Yeah.
She show up like that.
Madeline.
They were saying Goblin Queen. Yeah, she show up. She'll be in one of those books. They'll pop up.
Yeah, it'll be a team up. They'll team up and go fight some shit.
Yeah. All right. So first book I'm going to do is Ultimates number 3.
Okay.
You haven't been keeping up with this, have you?
I haven't read. That's the one book I'm not reading. I fell off Black Panther too.
Me too. I feel bad about that.
I don't know, man. Once the Moon Knight showed up, I'm like,
we both read the last Black Panther book. We were like, like you can do it, but I can't do that.
I was like, hey, man. Once the Moon Knight show up, I'm like, I'm done.
Like I'm out. So this is Ultimates. This Ultimates number 3, and She-Hulk shows up in this one, but this the Ultimate
She-Hulk. So she a dude?
Wow. So you just get canceled. Eli got canceled. The reviews of this podcast do not reflect the views of Eli.
Do not assume her gender.
Right. They Hulk. Now I'm canceled. All right, here we go. All right, so the book starts off with, and you might have to break it down to me, like they're giving us a history lesson. The Pacific Proving Grounds. That's not.
Oh damn! I was drinking water when you said that.
Oh, my fault. My fault. Okay, so this is the Pacific Proving Grounds. They play it real fast and loose with the year this happened. Now, this was a real thing in the real life. Where they went to Pacific Proving Grounds, where they went there and they dropped like nuclear bombs there in the Pacific to see that. Mm-hmm. But of course, in the Ultimate Universe with the Maker, they decided to drop a gamma bomb. A gamma bomb, yeah. So and when they did that, there was a nearby Pacific Island, and they were just minding their own business doing that, and bam, they got hit with the gamma bomb. So it completely engulfed the whole island. Everybody's got their hands out, even this little girl. And they're holding, now they don't say it in the book, but I'm going to say they're holding Green Rain, if you want to say that. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, it's fast and loose. We just said then.
Oh, is that Godzilla's?
Kind of, but not really. If you want them to be, they could be. If you want them to be. It's whatever you want to say.
They will be.
They will be. Okay.
No, what's that dinosaur? Doesn't Marvel have like a Godzilla ripoff?
American Kaiju?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, he doesn't show up here. But yeah. So you got these two monster kaijus fighting. So this is present day on that same island where we just saw the gamma bomb hit. So you got these giant dragons fighting each other, shit like that, and bam, they get killed. By who? Thor, because he Norse bridge. What do you call that shit? The what's the rainbow shit?
The Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge. I don't know.
No, they call it something, don't they? It's got a name.
Like in the Celtic mythology? The
Bifrost. That's what it is. Okay. They Bifrost in there. So it's him, Lady Sif, and Iron Man. They Bifrost in there, like right on top of those dragons. They wouldn't even pay attention. And he'd be like, what the fuck was this? Like, they got a dragon. I mean, they got lizards that big on the side. How is that possible? And then that's when even a bigger lizard shows up. And they're like, oh shit. Yeah. And then they were like, and Thor's just like, oh, Sif, you see that? They're like, yeah, let's take it back to old time. So 1 minute later, it's dead. They waste no time with it. They're like, Iron Man's like, what the fuck did you do, man? I wanted to study that thing. He was like, well, you should have heard him did it before we killed it. Because that's what they do. They see big giant monsters. They kill big giant monsters. But they've been doing that shit for millennia. So they just walking around, and Tony's just looking at the island because the whole island has been engulfed with gamma like for decades or maybe even a century. We don't know how long ago that happened because they never really tell us. They just kind of got to guess. So he's just looking at everything like the vegetation. He sees giant crabs. He's like, look at this giant crab. God loves crabs. Bam, slash and has. Not all gods, So and then the next thing they see is they get all smacked aside. Bam, 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 and who smacks them? Some giant monster, kind of like Abomination, not Abomination, whatever you want it to be. It's that. And so, and Tony been telling him, y'all quit killing monsters and trying to study him. And Thor is just like, okay, so what do you want to do with this one? You better hurry make a decision because I'm about to turn this thing back into an extinction event. So before they can do the thing, and he just smacks him around, Lady Sif try to get some shots in, doesn't even penetrate the skin, smacks Thor. No, Thor is just like revving up. He's like, okay, Tony, you better make a decision because I'm about to take this monster out. And before they can do anything, all you hear is stop. And who you hear stop? Samoan She-Hulk. Pacific Islander She-Hulk or whatever like that. She's got some name.
Polynesian She-Hulk?
Polynesian, whatever you want. She's from that part of the world. So yeah, not Jennifer Walters. So yeah, she's there and she's like, leave the baby alone. So she walks over to, she like, everybody shut the fuck up. So she walks over to the monster and starts singing a lullaby. And when she's singing a lullaby, the monster transformed into a baby. It was a baby the whole time.
Oh,
so
damn.
Thor was about to kill a baby. And they're like, oh shit.
What a dick.
Yeah, right. And it was just like, she was just telling him. And so this was the same girl we saw in the first page that was touching the green rain. This is her the whole time. So yeah, and so she's taking care of the island. She's just like, wait a minute. Tony's like, wait a minute, there's a whole island of yous here? Like, send me to him. We need y'all to fight the Maker when the Maker comes back. You're like, oh, you want an army? You want an army of homes? Okay, yeah, I'll show you the rest of us. So she takes him to there, and you see, bam, the rest of the survivors there. They're all fucked up. You got big head dude, skin
like the
on the
hills have
outside,
eyes and shit.
crab arms. Yeah, so they're fucking useless. They can't be used for an army. Like, they've all been exposed by the gamma, and these are the lucky ones because they survived. A bunch of other people died instantly. Some people turned to the monsters, then died, and some of these people probably won't make it to the end of the week. Matter of fact, we just made sure we stop having kids because we don't want the mutation to keep going past that. So she's like, well, what happened to you? Why are you so normal like that? Because we don't know what the gamma stuff does. I came out okay. I can speak, but the rest of you, we don't know what the fuck happened. That we don't know what's going to happen with the gamma stuff. So Tony's just like, okay, look, I get it. But look, the Maker's coming back. If we can't have an army, well, at least you come with us. And she was like, I'm not going anywhere with you. Like, well, what if we help you out? What if we relocate you to another part of the planet? She's like, we can't leave this land because it's the land of our ancestors. We were born here. We're going to protect this land, even though this land is killing us. They're like, damn, okay. So, and she basically makes a deal with Tony. She's like, okay, look, Tony, you want my strength? You want my rage? Then you got to pay for my services. I want you to fix this land. And you're like, fix this land? You're like, it's all kind of radiation shit here and fallout and nuclear fallout, stuff like that. She's like, I don't care. You want my services? Fix the land. That's the deal. And then Tony and Thor look at him just like, well, you said you wanted to fix the world, didn't you? Well, go ahead and do it. And meanwhile, while we saying they shake hands and we see Banner looking at him, the Incredible Hulk. Look, and yes, this is Bruce Banner. You're looking at him. He's evil. He's taking over like the Pacific. Oh, he's taking over the Pacific. Yeah, that's what he did, like South American shit. And he's like, assemble the immortal fists. What do you call them? The immortal weapons. Assemble the immortal weapons. And we're going to take the fight to the ultimates because they step foot on the land that I was protecting. That's the last straw. To be continued. So, and the
immortal
next
fist, like Iron Fist?
Yeah, but it's like a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he says the immortal weapons. So it's not like one Iron Fist. He's like a shitload of Iron Fist, I guess, Adam. So
okay, yeah. That's intriguing.
Yeah. That's intriguing. So I think the next book is going to be something to do with Iron Man and Doctor Doom. I guess I don't know. So, cool. It was a nice little thing. Have you heard they're making Hawkeye Native American?
No.
You heard it? I was gonna save that. I was gonna say that
because he's got a bow and arrow.
Oh shit! Now you've tainted my image of it. Now I can't unsee it when I read it. Now, so yeah, that's coming down the pipeline. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming. I heard about it. I figured you heard about it, but I'm giving you a heads up because because I know you're gonna hear about it. So give you a heads up. So yeah.
Yep.
Overall, cool book. It was just like I know there were Avengers assembling shit like this to get people, but 3 out of 5. Not as excited was for the first 2 issues. It's kind of like a downer, but yeah, it's cool. All right, so yeah, what you got next?
Well, I got Transformers number 11.
Transformers.
So, yeah,
More than meets the eye.
the Energon universe. Transformers, G.I. Joe, crossing over. This is the Transformers book. This one is a little bit more. This is a little bit more subdued. Not a lot of action. It's more character driven. So what's going on is Shockwave has, opened up a portal on Cybertron to bring Cybertron into Earth's or not atmosphere, but the galaxy, like this, our solar system, and it's draining Earth's power. Meanwhile, we have all the Optimus Prime is trying to decide who to. He wants to save his Cliff Jumper and everybody who's been captured by the Decepticons. He wants to go
Silver
save
Surfer?
them.
What?
No, that's Beachcomber.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's that funnel. That's Shockwave basically sucking the ocean, the power of the ocean.
I thought you said Daniel Johnson wouldn't join us anymore.
He isn't.
Well, whoever's doing is doing a damn
No,
good job.
what's that dude's Jorge? What's his name? Mike Spicer, the guy who always does Daniel Warren Johnson's color. He's still coloring it.
Okay, he's doing a damn good job mimicking it. Okay.
Yeah, no, but Daniel Warren Johnson's only writing it now. No, he stopped drawing a few issues ago.
Okay.
But let me see.
Oh, that's right, because it's 2 or 3 RCs, more than one RC.
Yeah, there's RC and an Alita.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Jorge Corona.
Jorge Corona.
Yeah.
Awesome name. Okay.
Yeah. So so Optimus Prime, he's arguing with RC and Alita, who's pissed off that Optimus Prime left Cybertron millions of years ago to and left them fighting a war that and all the Autobots who've died while Optimus Prime and the Autobots came to Earth. They've been stuck there fighting, and she's kind of pissed off at Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime's like, well, we should use the Energon to resurrect, to repair, Ultra Magnus. But they're like, no, we should fucking use it to save our fallen Autobots on Cybertron. So they're all arguing what to do, and you get this the conflict with Optimus Prime's his empathy, his compassion is kind of leading to some basically losing more of his army. You know what I'm saying? So he's conflicted, what do we use this? We only have so much Energon. What are we going to use it for? And he's conflicted, he doesn't want to sacrifice anybody, but yeah. So that's basically what's going on. They're having this dilemma, they finally resurrect Ultra Magnus, but Ultra Magnus freaks out and he's takes off through the portal. He's PTSD, he's been tortured by Shockwave, and he ends up taking off through the portal, and they're like, what the hell, where's he going? And that's kind of where it ends. So yeah, I think this is one more, and then we're gonna have this first arc. It's been 12 issues. This will be the final issue in this particular arc, will be number 12. So this is the penultimate issue in this story arc. So yeah, I mean, this is still one of my favorite books on the that I've been reading. Like I said, Daniel Warren Johnson really takes time with character development and getting to the heart of these robots. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed this. He's still killing it. And yeah, so this is another 4 out of 5. A little like I said, a little bit more character driven, a little bit more drama, a lot of conversations, but it was all character development. They're having a dilemma. What do we do? How does Optimus Prime remain compassionate while also trying to fight a war? How could you do that? So yeah. So interesting stuff. 4 out of 5.
Cool. All right. Like I said, it's been a light week for me also, but I had to like dig in the crates to see if I could find something. And I went ahead and tried to catch up with Spider-Man number 55, I think. Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man 55. Now, before we even start on this, we'll let you know that this issue was the definition of filler. That being said, I love the story.
Okay.
Spider-Man is barely even in it. But we're going to talk about that. Okay, let's go to it. Amazing Spider-Man number 55. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the book starts off with Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit. He just got through fighting Stiltman. Now, we don't see the fight. It was not a fight from the last issue. It happened in between the issue. It don't even matter. He fought Stiltman, beat Stiltman's ass.
Before Blood Hunt.
Before Blood Hunt. It don't even matter. He just know he whooped Stiltman's ass. The thing is, what he's saying is that, yeah, Stiltman is light work because he's a C-level villain, but Stiltman beat Peter Parker's ass. Now, what does he mean by that? The reason he beat Peter Parker, even though Spider-Man whooped his ass, but he beat Peter Parker's ass because he made Peter Parker late for a date. Because Peter Parker has been, he's got a new girlfriend. His girlfriend is, she works for Ravencroft, kind of like Marvel's version of Arkham Asylum. She's a nurse there. Her name is Shay Markin. That's her name. So they've been on 2 dates already. He fucked up 2 dates. This is his 3rd date. He's trying to switch back to Peter Parker, but he lost one of his shoes. He don't know where his shoe is. So he walks in and, oh shit, I forgot about that. Damn. Okay. Mary Jane, who? That's his new girlfriend. See, like I said, so Peter Parker is always punching above his weight class, So he walks in there looking like shit, late, missing a shoe, and she's looking like, Peter, why do you look like shit for our 3rd date, man? What are you doing? She's like, where's your shoe? You're like, I stepped in it. Yeah, I bet you did. So they decided to finally sit down, go for the date. And and she's just looking at it like, Peter, why do you have a black eye? Like, what the hell has been going on with you? And he's basically telling her, look, I can't tell you why I have a black eye. So, and she was like, okay, so if you can't tell me why you have a black eye, I don't like this panel right here. This whole layout right here, I love this. So, and it's just them the rest of the book is them having a conversation. And she just basically telling him, okay, Peter, if you can't tell me how you got the black eye, can you tell me why do you have a black eye? He's like, okay, I'll do that. I'll tell you why I have a black eye. The reason I have a black eye because I have certain responsibilities I have to do for other people. You're like, oh, responsibilities. Okay. Well, don't you have a responsibility to yourself? Don't you have, accountability? Because you asked me to come over here and do these things and you want me to be on time. And it's our 3rd date and you always give me a bullshit excuse every single time. Meanwhile, and you show up like shit when you do show up, missing a shoe, you dress like shit, your clothes wrinkle, you got sweaty. A black eye. Right.
You smell like gasoline.
You smell like gasoline, right? You're doing all this stuff like that. So my thing, why she gave him a 3rd date if you're doing all that? But anyway, and she basically breaks it down to her like, okay, look, Peter, I understand you have responsibility, but you're not the only person on the planet responsibility. For instance, I have a job. I work in an insane asylum. I went there an hour earlier to take care of my shit. Why? So I can be on time to look presentable for this date. Remember how she looks. Damn. Yeah. So that's what she showed up looking like for his dog.
Put on my makeup. Right. I shaved in all the right spots.
Not wearing underwear, Yeah. So she doing all that for Peter Parker, and Peter's just like, look, she was like, look, I'm showing up for this, so I'm doing that because I'm trying to show responsibility, accountability for you because I'm trying to make whatever this is work. And Peter's just like, well, what if the thing I'm doing because my responsibility, what if they're just too much? And she basically told him, look, if your responsibility is too much, go handle that. But don't pretend like whatever this is something you want if there's something more important for you to do than me. So she's just breaking down. She's like, damn. So I'm finally glad somebody did that shit to Peter. He always uses Spider-Man excuse. No, you just a fuck up. That's all. So she finally gets to the point and she said, look, Peter, if this is how it's going to be, and the waiter's trying to just take the order, he like, later on. So she's like, look, if this is how it's going to be, then maybe we don't need to do this anymore. We just need to just be friends and we both need to stop wasting each other's time. Because obviously, if you're going to show up late all the time looking like shit, you're wasting my time. I could be doing stuff with other people. And you could be doing whatever the hell you doing to give you a black eye. And Peter's just like, look, I want to be here. I want to make this work. I want to make this happen. And that worked on her. I don't get it. I don't get it, Eli. I don't get it. How is he pulling this? He's a fuck up pulling dimes. I don't get it. But anyway, while he's
comic books.
It's comic book. It's fantasy. It's fantasy. I get it.
Escapism.
Escapism, right? Anyway. So he's looking out the window while he's trying to make it up to her. And he like, oh shit. And she's like, Peter, what's wrong? And he looks out the window and it is Screwball and Rhino fucking up the city. And she's like, Peter, what's wrong? And Peter's like, oh shit. She's like, I gotta go. He's like, you gotta what? This your third time. This is my third time doing this bullshit with you. Are you leaving again? You're like, yeah, my responsibilities came up again. I can't go. She's like, look, Peter, if you leave, this is it. She's like, I get it. I understand. And he leaves out the door. So yeah. So that's when you get the dramatic Spider-Man shit, you know, the music, you know, but he like, I don't even feel like doing this shit, man. So he doesn't even turn into Spider-Man. He's just like, nah, I don't even feel like doing this shit right now. So meanwhile, you got Screwball and Rhino fucking shit, just run around and shit doing shit. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to get footage from my IG page to get reels. And Rhino's like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. You know, and then all you hear is, hey, and who runs out? Peter Parker. Not Spider-Man, just Peter Parker. He like, look, y'all stop this shit. He's like, y'all, you know this guy? You're like, nah. You know this guy? Nah. You want to team up and whoop his ass? Yeah, let's just do that. And so he like, look, y'all, I'm on a date. And then they start like, I don't give a fuck if you want a date. I'm gonna whoop your ass. He's like, look, I get it. Y'all evil. Y'all super villains. But I obviously that y'all know that y'all have a hard time finding a date like I can. I know it's hard for y'all because y'all evil and shit. So look, I'm trying to be on a date. Look, I fucked up twice already. This is the third time. And I like this chick. And may I reiterate, she looks like this. He's fucking up. Look, while y'all out here doing crazy shit, tearing up the city, shit like that, and I'm trying to place a good thing for her, y'all are fucking up for me. And it's my third time. So if I fuck it up one more time, she's not giving me another chance. So I'm just asking you, please, for one night, can y'all just stop this shit? Just go do something else for one night. And they look at him like, you know what? I get it. I'm on the apps too, or whatever your name is, and it sucks. It's hard out here. I'm having a hard time finding somebody. So when you finally get that one person and you show me the pic what she look like, yeah, I get it. You know, and we're like, what the hell y'all talking about? Apps? What apps? And she's like, you ain't got a dating app? Let me show you how to. And so Screwball takes Rhino to set him up a dating app. And Peter's like, oh, that worked? So he like, oh shit. So he decides to run back to the restaurant, and she's just there because she didn't feel like leaving. Meanwhile, the waiter is trying to take an order. He like, look, I'm back. I'm here. I took care of my shit. I'm here for you. You have my undivided attention. She's like, well, damn. And she's like, and I want this. I want this to make work, and I want to kiss you. And they kiss, this romantic scene right here. Meanwhile, the waiter look like, well, y'all please fucking order. Y'all been doing this shit the whole time. So, and they decide to find an order, sit down, to have a good time, have a restaurant, and that's it. Meanwhile, the book ends with Screwball and Rhino set up a dating app. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a bullshit filler story that I like. I don't know. I just enjoy reading the story, even though
that was cute. I must say that was cute.
It was cute because this is the thing. This is what Spider-Man, like we always talk about, like the essence. So this superhero is this superhero. Is that Spider-Man is a superhero / slice of life comic. That's what it was. That's what Stan Lee and Steve Ditko invented it to be when it first made. And that's what this is. Yeah. Like it's
he can never catch a break. Yeah.
He can never catch a break. But at the same time, he's finally admitting accountability on his own part. Yeah. It's not always somebody's fault. It's not always Green Goblin's fault. Sometimes you just got to own your own shit. So
that's the thing. It's like you tend to root for Peter more than Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man, to fight, he fights supervillains. He's always gonna fucking win. But like it's his personal life where like, oh shit, you know, how is he gonna make it to Aunt May's, you know, birthday or his date or whatever, or his test
or his job or some shit, something like that. You know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they don't even show the Stiltman fight. Like, you know, he whooped his ass. Why even show that?
Yeah.
So that's why I enjoyed this story, man. And this is a filler issue. Next year you're gonna have like some big blowout, whatever thing like that. But I just like this easy breezy one shot get out the way story. And his new girl is bad as fuck. Mary Jane, I'm sorry, go fuck Paul or whatever the hell you doing.
Oh yeah, that dude.
He'll be all right.
Well, so people were saying, because I fell off. I stopped reading this run a while back. I jumped on during the whole gang war thing and fell off again, but it was just like misery porn.
And Spider-Man can get into that a little bit too much. Like they just keep dumping on Peter for no reason.
So this was a nice break. Yeah, it was a filler where Peter something works out in it for a change for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he owned his shit. He dealt with it, and it worked out.
Yeah,
for once. So, yeah, good for him. So, all right. Anything else you got, or
no? I'm booked out. I mean, I almost read that Iron Fist, but it turned out to be like an anthology, like a
Iron Fist.
Yeah, there was like the 50th anniversary or some shit.
Really?
Yeah,
I think I saw it and blocked it out. I wasn't paying attention to it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I almost picked that up, but then I saw it was like, 10-page stories by like 10 writers or whatever. I'm like, and it was a little pricey. I'm like, that's
okay. I get on Marvel Unlimited when it drops. So yeah. Like I said, if you listen this long, different like, subscribe. Eli, honestly, I really thought you were gonna do like 5 minutes on Alien Romulus. I was just gonna say it sucks.
I end up ranting.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you got it all out your system. I'm just saying, I assume you're just gonna do, it sucked, and then we just move on.
Well, yeah, I was like, because like if this movie was awesome, I would have like ranked all the movies. You know what I mean? I would have like really like I was hoping to like the movie. Yeah. Then I really would have like spent an hour and a half just gushing over aliens and the comics, and you know how deep I go.
Right. And honestly, I wish you would have had Izzy on here and y'all just would have just went at it.
Yeah.
But that's hindsight. It's Monday morning quarterbacking. So yeah. Hold up. We gotta hope it's not a crazy bullshit. Who is this? Yep, that's another crazy boy. I'm not gonna click that.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So like I said, definitely listen to this. If you listen along, definitely like, share, subscribe. The 30 seconds is all it needs to boost the algorithm. And I know I've been bullshitting. I've been promising y'all this. House of Brainiac full review, that whole thing will be up either next week or next week. I don't know. No later than next week. No later than next week. Yeah. And then I'll start on the other stuff. So who is this? Is this somebody crazy or
Garrick
Joe? Okay. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't. But
okay, shout out to Garrick. Okay,
yeah,
we've been getting so many crazy comments. We can't click on all of them, but yeah. Oh, let's see.
I did spoil some. Yeah, I did spoil. He's probably talking about
full spoilers.
Yeah, we did spoiler. Yeah,
you did. I didn't even see the movie. I was just like, oh damn, that happened. Wow. Okay, that's all I can do. So
what's up?
What's up? Yeah. So that's all we got. Like I said, next week we can come on with something else. What we got? I'm gonna click on Garrett's stuff because he's cool. Not troll. We've been getting a lot of trolls, Garrett. That's why. But I'm gonna click on you. You're cool, so we're gonna click on yours. So
yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. But yeah, like I said, next week we got something. Eli, I think I have an idea what we're gonna do next week. I'm gonna tell it. Please don't. Haven't seen it. I put spoiler review on the thumbnail. That's on you at this point. But we've already talked about it, so you can, after you see it, go back, rewind, listen to what Eli said, and then we'll go from there. So
yeah,
no problem. Yeah. So don't worry, just save this, tab it, save it, do whatever you got to do, and come back to it. So yeah. But next week I have an idea what I want to do. Eli, I'm gonna talk to you and see if we're gonna do it off screen, and we're gonna come back to it. So. But until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We can talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.